We do really need to look at social as a feature and not as an application. When Enterprise 2.0 stuff first started coming out, the social enterprise software about 5 or 6 years ago, there were, and there still are, social software suites that you would install in your organization to do collaboration that were separate from your enterprise applications. So they weren't part of your BPMS, they weren't part of your ERP, they were a separate environment. And what would happen in cases like that, and what does happen in cases like that, is if the users have to leave the environment where they're doing their work, whether it's a BPM system or what, and they have to go over to some other system to do collaboration or to do something social within the environment, you've already lost them because they just went to email instead and sent an email. Because email is still what runs a lot of businesses in terms of the collaboration and the interaction between things. Or they've gone to instant messenger and done something. They don't want to have another platform in there. They want to do it in the context of the work that they're doing. So I was really adamant when I started talking about social and BPM together that social needs to be a feature of BPM and not some separate thing that you integrate with. And that's really, I think in many cases, the BPM vendors have stepped up to the plate on that and have provided us with some really capable social tools for doing the types of things that we would do in a consumer social environment. So you take a look at, now this is like an older picture of Appian Tempo because they didn't send me any new ones, but this is don't worry, Samira, I'm sure I'll get them later. But, this is an example of the sort of interface that we're used to from something like Twitter or Facebook where we know how to interact with it, and that was one of the comments we had from the panel, is that people understand how to use this interface, and they understand not only what it means to read it, but they instantly understand how to interact with it, how to participate, add a comment, feedback, and engage themselves in the process as they go along. So it gives us quite a bit more visibility into the processes that are happening, but it also really encourages participation in those processes. And that's a really important thing, is to have interfaces that actually encourage participation, as opposed to ones that make it hard for people to participate in the process. Gives us quite a bit more flexibility in terms of how we view the information and how people can structure the information that they see. When we looked at the demo that Matt did this morning with the new Appian 7 stuff, and I know that this is in the existing versions as well, we're able to, for example, subscribe only to the types of information that we're interested in. So it's back to the idea, like I do with my RSS feeds, I can subscribe just to the things that I want to know about. And you can do the same thing now with your enterprise information. You can subscribe just to the things that are of interest to you and that you need to get your job done, and not worry about trying to wade through the entire huge pile of company information to figure out what's important to you. So that's the idea of having social built right into the systems that you use to do work, as opposed to some other thing that hangs on the side of those systems for you to do collaboration.